I think, to be honest, the term cold approach is pretty stupid and people should stop using it. And the main reason I say that is I don't like any received terms like that for things. I don't really like internet language that grows up around certain practices or techniques or whatever. In fact, I don't like a lot of internet slang, full stop. And the difficulty with cold approach as a term is, or a portmanteau term, is that it just makes what is actually something incredibly natural and normal sound a bit weird, okay? Because what is meant by this term cold approach? Well, basically it means going and talking to somebody that you haven't met before. It means having a conversation with somebody that you've never met before. And that's kind of it, really. The cold obviously refers to the fact that you haven't met previously. Approach means you walk up to them and begin a conversation, which is, when you think about it, one of the most natural things in the world for human beings to do. To go up to one another, introduce themselves, and start a conversation. When you use a term like cold approach, it just makes it sound incredibly weird, doesn't it? So, oh, did you cold approach her? Oh my God, how did you meet? Through cold approach, was it? It just sounds really odd. And it's unnecessary, okay? I mean, having a conversation, being social, okay? This is what we're talking about here. Now, of course, undeniably, cold approach has become synonymous with, I suppose, day game, whatever you want to call it, which is talking to people in the daytime. Maybe you find somebody attractive, you go and start a conversation. If there's a vibe there, maybe you guys exchange numbers or Instagram or whatever. Maybe you go on a date, and maybe it goes further, or maybe it doesn't, and a lot of the time obviously it doesn't. Is that practice strange? I don't really think so. At the same time, should guys be running around the streets and introducing themselves to people? No, I don't really think they should, to be honest. I mean, the way that we recommend that people do this now is in more social settings, to be honest. And it should be something that's very organic, okay? It should be something that's very authentic, organic, and natural. So maybe you're in a queue in a coffee shop and you see the girl beside you and you smile at her and she smiles at you. And then maybe you start a conversation about the coffee that she's ordering, or the different types of coffee that they have there, or the different types of pastries that they have, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Maybe you start that conversation, okay? Is that cold approach? Well, I suppose you could say that. But actually, it's just two human beings engaging in a conversation. Now, that conversation may lead somewhere, or it may not, because if it goes well, at the end of that conversation, you might say, hey, listen, you seem pretty cool. How about we exchange numbers and maybe we could meet another time? If she likes you, she's probably going to say yes. If she doesn't, then she might just say, oh, actually, no, sorry, I'm busy, or I've got a boyfriend, or whatever it is. Fine. Not a problem. But the whole thing should be, as I say, very organic and very natural and very authentic. And there's no need to apply a label like cold approach to something that's so basically normal, all right? I would rather people think about social attraction than cold approach, to be honest. Social attraction, okay? You're being social, you're drawing people into your orbit in a natural way. When you go about the course of your everyday life, all right, maybe you're walking to the gym, maybe you're walking to the coffee shop, maybe you're going to the dry cleaners or whatever it is, or maybe you're in a restaurant, or maybe you're in a hotel bar or a hotel lobby, maybe you're in the library, maybe you're in a coffee shop, whatever, okay? It's about being social in those environments as and when it is appropriate to be so, okay? And as I say, there's really nothing unnatural about that. Really, when you come to think of it, it is the most natural thing in the world. Certainly much more natural than swiping on an iPhone and outsourcing your dating life to a tech company. Although, with that being said, I'm being slightly overly harsh there. I don't have any real problem with the dating apps. I think it's fine. There are some really good dating sites actually that work really well, and you should be using all of these things. You know, cold approach, or as we are now, because we're now going to ban that word from the channel, social attraction is one thing that you can do, and it's, I believe, something that everybody should learn, because look, you're going to have to know how to be social. Even if you get all of your dates from dating apps, you're still going to have to then be social with the woman when you go on a date. So you're going to need to learn this stuff. But we should be using all of these things, really. Dating sites, dating apps, whatever. Can use those. I wouldn't say that should be, I'm going to turn around here actually. I wouldn't say that should be your main outlet. I wouldn't say that should be your only outlet, but it certainly can be an outlet. We could be using some social attraction when we're out and about. We could be going to bars. We could be going to nightclubs, unless you're really old like me and you can't be bothered with that stuff anymore. Well, bars are okay, nightclubs less so. But you know, going into those kinds of social situations, we might be going to party places. We might be going to carnival, okay? We might be going to, I don't know, some kind of fiesta. I mean, my favorite environments for socializing, to be honest, tend to be in the bar areas of cities. When people are out and about, they're having a drink, they're in a kind of social mood. It's a semi-social environment anyway, and it's easy to go and begin conversations with people. Those are my favorite environments, really, when everyone's kind of chilled, kind of social, open to meeting people, and so on. And I think that we need to be prepared in those environments to go and have a shot, go and have a conversation, okay? Not always going to work out, and that's fine. But I think we need to be calibrated, we need to be social, and we need to be responsible as well in the way that we treat people, of course, and we need to be respectful. That should go without saying. But really, you know, the more you travel around, the more people you meet, the more people you engage with, the wider your social circle and your romantic circle is going to be. And it really is that simple. And so I do think that using strange, somewhat outmoded internet terms to describe what is actually a very normal human impulse to meet other human beings and get to know them isn't really a useful thing to do. And I think that people should stop using that kind of language and just get real, really, and stop being so weird about everything. But that's just me. What do I know? So maybe you disagree. You can put a comment below. If you want to jump on a call with me to discuss your own dating life and what you're up to and where you'd like to go, and maybe how I can help, then drop me an email, troy@realtroyfrancis.com, or you can book a call on my Calendly link, which is below. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and do support the channel on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. The channel is not monetized, so it really helps to continue to put out the content. Hope you like this one. Speak to you soon, guys. From Mexico City, Troy Francis, over and out.